Lately, I've been feeling a lot of emotions about living this way. After everything that happened this week, the delayed flights, getting the van towed, and the endless van problems that followed, I honestly felt exhausted. For a moment, I found myself wondering if I was really ready for another season on the road. But even on the hard days, there's still a part of me that wants this life more than anything. A life that's a little less predictable, a little closer to nature, and maybe a little different from what we're all taught success is supposed to look like.
Okay, Archie, let's go inside.
We stayed last night at this pull-off off of California 1, just off of Mount Tamalpais. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. And I woke up to the sounds of all these car doors opening and shutting and voices. And it's because people come here and get fresh spring water for free off the side of the highway. So I thought, why not come and fill up some water for myself before we head out? It's so beautiful here because they made it look like a little special shrine. There's seashells there and slices of watermelon and sand dollars all around the rocks. And I don't know who found this and how it started, but it's such a cool little gem to find off of a highway. Is this delicious water?
Okay, this is natural.
Oh, it tastes really good. We live in a world where water is not always safe to drink. And to find spring water like this off the side of a road that's free for everyone. Fun fact, the molecular structure of water is H2O, so 2 hydrogen atoms to 1 oxygen. And if you drink pure H2O, it actually tastes very disgusting and it's unpalatable and people cannot drink it. So what makes water taste good is all the minerals inside of it, and that is what gives it its flavor, I guess, even though we think of water not having flavor, but it does have. Archie. I just wanted to show something really funny. So they had to cut his hair around one of the lumps that was on the middle of his head, the top of his head. And he had 4 lumpectomies, and now they're all perfectly healed. And so he doesn't have to wear the cone of shame. He doesn't have to wear the donut of sadness, but he still looks like a friar. You know what I mean? Like, I've been laughing at him all week because, like, look at him. I'm sorry, baby. I can't help it. Look at you. Oh, that's a good spot. Oh, I got the leg kicking. After all the stress of the van, I felt so exhausted that this morning I slept in 2 hours, and I also slept in an hour yesterday. And I felt like it is time to leave the Bay Area and to go into some of the more remote places and more scenic places of Northern California. And today we're gonna go up the famous California 1, and my goal is to find the most delicious seafood that Northern California has to offer and to check out some really beautiful places. And there is no cell data right here where I am, so I don't know how to get where I want to go. So we're just gonna drive north for however many miles until we start to reach Inverness, which is where Point Reyes National Seashore is located. It's also where the famous Tamales Bay with their famous oysters are. I don't know if I'm saying any of these words correctly. Tamales Bay? Tamales? And then Tamalpais? Mount Tamalpais? Anyways, So
One of the things I love most about Northern California is how wild it still feels. You can leave the city behind, drive for an hour or two, and suddenly you're surrounded by rugged coastline, rolling hills, and stretches of ocean that seem to go on forever. There's something about this part of the world that makes it easy to slow down. Maybe it's the cool air coming off the Pacific, or the way the landscape constantly changes around every bend in the road. Whatever it is, I always find myself taking a deeper breath when I'm here. Places like this remind me why I keep coming back to life on the road. Not because every day is exciting or glamorous, but because moments like this make me feel connected to something bigger than myself. And for a little while, all the stress and uncertainty of the past week starts to fade into the background.
you know, I have a really special relationship with California because this is the state that I lived in during the pandemic, and I've worked here, I've lived here in various parts of the Bay Area. I was gonna permanently live here. Like, I was ready to put down roots. I rented a 2-bedroom house in San Francisco, and in my head I was like, this is where I'm gonna work and this is where I'm gonna live permanently. But then I realized that when I was thinking about my future and what I wanted for myself, that California wasn't gonna get me there, mainly for financial reasons. I looked at the cost of housing in California and I realized there's no way I'm gonna be able to afford a home in the Bay Area without working until the day I die. And also I would be trapped in a corporate job for the rest of my life, you know, that pays me enough that I could afford to do that. And I also realized that that's the reason why it was hard for me to build community in California, because the friends that I made all left. They all moved to more affordable places in the country. And I realized that it's more important for me to have my financial independence and be able to not work if I choose not to, and have my freedom as a result, than it is for me to live in an area that offers a lot of beautiful nature and amenities and amazing food and culture, but is really expensive. So yeah, I no longer call California my home, but it's bittersweet because whenever I come here, I'm like, this is the life that I could have had, and now I'm just really just visiting it.
All right, we're here, but there wasn't any parking at the restaurant, so we're just walking on the Pacific Coast Highway. And we're at Tony's Seafood, which came recommended, and it's right on this beautiful body of water. No trip to this part of California feels complete without some fresh seafood. So we stopped by Tony's Seafood, a local institution that's been serving oysters and seafood along Tamales Bay for generations. All right, I ordered and I got a virgin Bloody Mary. Got virgin because it's not 12 yet. So.
Seafood or sourdough?
Yum. In Canada, our version of the Bloody Mary is called a Caesar, and instead of just using tomato juice, it calls for Mott's Clamato juice, which, if you don't know, is tomato juice with clam juice. And I know that sounds really disgusting to some people, but I promise you it's really, really, really delicious. So I ordered the Tony's barbecue grilled oysters and the chipotle ones because apparently these are the ones that this restaurant is known for. But the barbecue recipe actually changed. They got a new chef a few months ago, so it's not the original recipe by the Croatian family that created it. So it is different, but I got it anyway. So I normally don't get grilled oysters. I usually prefer fresh, but I thought because this is what this restaurant is known for, I should probably give it a try. Okay, that was just a mouthful of the sauce, which is delicious. Okay, more sauce. This is really hard to do one-handed. Oh, here's the oyster. All right, now let's try the Chipotle one. The Chipotle bourbon grilled oyster. Totally different flavor. That's really good. Okay, and so for the entree, I went with the clam chowder. Because I've been craving clam chowder ever since I've been in Marin. Oh, wow. Oh, there's a sea lion? Oh, I do see him! He's just under the water.
Normally they're at the parking lot.
They're at the parking lot?
No, I said normally they're at parking.
Oh, they're barking. I think the server said she saw an otter just before as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alright,
You too. Okay, this is a very different chowder than anything I've ever tasted. Very creamy, very buttery. It's more of a soupy consistency. It's not as thick as what I'm used to. It's more of a soup. Usually the clams are shelled, but in this one you gotta de-shell your own clams. So they're really good. I'm trying this new food for Archie. It's the Kiwi Kitchen's New Zealand grass-fed lamb dinner, and it's freeze-dried raw, which is apparently supposed to keep the nutrients and all of that much better than traditional kibble. So I'm just making his lunch, and I'm also gonna tidy up the van a little bit. We also did a Trader Joe's run the other day, and they sell dog treats, and this one called Just Salmon Skin baked dog treats is so good. Archie absolutely loves it. So we're just gonna give him a little appetizer while his lunch is soaking in water. Archie, you want salmon skin? Yum yum. You want another one? My old vacuum cleaner broke, so I actually bought a new one. And this one's really cool because it folds up so small, and you just have to twist the handle open. And it comes with a bunch of different attachments to vacuum whatever you want. And because we've been spending time at the beaches in Northern California, the van is constantly sandy. So I'm gonna take this time and opportunity to try to get rid of as much sand from the van as possible. I did my best to take all of the sand off of Archie's paws yesterday after we went to Stinson Beach, but there's so much sand on the bed and I was so tired yesterday I just slept on it, but we need to take the bed sheets and get the sand off those too. want your lunch? Okay, come get it. Here you go. Come on. Yeah, go get it. We're literally parked in a parking lot by the beach, and I feel happier and freer than any time I've spent in a 4-star hotel in some fancy resort. Being here, it's hard to imagine that this entire peninsula is slowly moving north along the San Andreas Fault. Over millions of years, Point Reyes has traveled hundreds of miles from where it first began. And I guess that's a good reminder that even the things that seem permanent are constantly changing. Just like living on the road, we're never really in the same place, even if we've lived in the same home our whole lives. And not just because our circumstances are always changing, but because we are too. I never would have imagined in a million years that I would give up the American dream to spend hours driving on the open road with no real plans of my own, that I would have a dog as my soulmate instead of a person, and that I would rather have time and freedom than all the money in the world. And what surprises me most of all is that despite all my doubts and fears, I couldn't be happier. When I first set out to travel by road, I was so excited to discover new things, new people, and new places. But the longer I do this, the more I realize that the real discovery is in figuring out who I am as a person. As a child, I didn't have an answer when people asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I might have known my favorite color, but even that I wasn't so sure. Now, as I realize how much of my decisions were shaped by what others told me is right, all I want to do is shut those voices out and just learn to listen to myself. For once in my life, to do what feels right for me, despite everyone around me telling me I don't know what I want. Maybe I don't, but at least maybe I can know who I am. Gotta get all the sand off of Archie before we go in the van. It's very sandy. The days are so long now that it is time for dinner, despite the sun being fully out. And I got fish and chips the other day, and instead of fries, I asked to sub for mashed potatoes. So I have leftover mashed potatoes, and living in a van, I never make mashed potatoes because of how much water and time it takes to boil them. So this is a special treat, and I thought, what would be really good to have that's a dish based on mashed potatoes? And I thought cottage pie. So that's what we're going to be making today. Boy, I'm really glad I got the induction stove upgrade because it is windy today. Even the spices, as I was putting the spices on, were flying into myself. Here we have cottage pie, van life style, because I'm sure people all over the UK are, well, my channel is very small, so maybe 1 or 2 people in the UK are seeing this and they're like, girl, that's not how you make cottage pie. But I'm just going off of taste because my dad used to make this when he and my mom ran the coffee shop, and this was one of the lunch specials that would rotate, and he would bring home whatever didn't sell that day and we would have the leftovers. And yeah, it was one of my favorite things that he would bring back. So here we have it, cottage pie in the van at, oh my gosh, there's deer outside. Oh my gosh. Look. Okay, I don't know if the camera caught that because they were kind of far away, but okay, here is cottage pie. Look, it's looking real good. This is such comfort food when it's a little cold and chilly outside and you come into a warm van and you have this. My parents worked really hard at that store so that me and my sister can have a better life, and they came to Canada with nothing, and yeah, they sacrificed everything for us. So I have to make the most out of this life. I have to live a life that I feel proud of and live a life that is true to myself, because otherwise I'm not honoring them. I'm not honoring all their hard work and their sacrifice and everything they've done for me. So this is for you, Dad. Having cottage pie and thinking of you and how hard you worked at the store, and you and Mom worked together for so many years, and God knows how many fights you've had and how many difficult customers, and the fire that happened at the store, and that was really devastating. So I'm gonna do my best to live to the fullest and to make the most out of this one life that you gave to me. Archie? Yeah.